Be sure to cook. Welcome back to another video on Be Sure to Cook. Today we're making homemade banana pudding with banana pudding. Let's get started. All the ingredients will be at the description below. Okay, with this dish we're going to need 6 egg yolks. So we got 2 bowls here. In these 2 bowls, one's going to have the whites, one's going to have the yolks. So we got to separate each egg. So let me show you how to do that. This is going to be very messy, guys, for me. Okay, we're going to crack this egg and we're going to open it and we're going to drain the white yolk. We're going to put it back in here and we're going to keep doing it till we get all, and then we're going to have, this is going to be left with just a yolk. And then you have your whites over here. We discard this. And we're going to keep doing it until we get 6 yolks over here on this side. Okay, we have our 6 egg yolks and we have the bowl of whites. One of the egg yolks busted into the bowl, but that's all right because we're going to beat those up. What I want to do now is I want to save the whites because we're going to make a topping with that. So put these to the side. Okay, now we're going to use a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour because I'm making a lot here. And I want to sift this. Why I am sifting it is because I don't like lumps. And when you're cooking with flour, there we go, there's lumps. So I got 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour sifted into my pan. I am going to use 2 cups of whole milk, and that's the red top. And I am going to stir this flour and the milk up, trying to get all the lumps and bumps out of here. So I'm going to add the whole 2 cups of milk to the flour, and I'm going to whisk this really good using my whisk. I don't know why I said swift. My whisk. And I'm going to keep stirring. I'm going to use this whisk for a while, then I'm going to change it to a wooden spoon when I start to cook. So I'm just doing this because I don't like lumps. This reminds me of when I did not know anything about cornstarch. I used to make all my gravy with flour. And I used to do this, and I used to take whatever liquid, that I had. If I was making a white gravy, I would use the milk. If I was making a beef gravy, then I would use beef broth or, chicken, so what. And to make the gravy, I would actually, to thicken it up I would actually take a little bit, make sure it was cool, if it was hot, and then I would take it and do it like this and make it smooth. So if you look, there is a smooth, this looks like a smooth milk, and you try to get all the lumps. Now when you start to cook this dish, it will start to thicken. As you see, it's already thickened. So that's 1 cup. So I'm going to use another 2 cups of milk. I'm just going to pour this in here. And then I'm going to use, so I'm using 2 cups. Like if I was making it, okay, I'm making it homemade. So if I was using the box, they tell you they want you to do 2.5 cups of milk. So I'm using 2 cups. I'm doing 2 boxes, so I'm using 2 cups and 2 cups, that's 1. And then another cup would be 2.5 cups for 2 boxes. Right? Yeah, right. So altogether I'm using 3 cups. Correct? correct. I think that's right. I was asking my my assistant, is that right? And I'm gonna mix this up because I don't want this flour. So it's it's 2 cups, 2.5 cups. So no, I'm wrong. So actually, I'm gonna be using, this is 2, and I need 1 more cup. Okay, yeah, 1 more cup. So actually I use 1, 2, 3, 4 cups of milk. 4 cups of whole milk for 2 boxes. Now this is right on the money. Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I use 4 cups of milk. Okay, so I think this is all mixed up. So the next thing we add is our 6 egg yolks. We're gonna add all of these egg yolks into here, to the pan. I'm greedy, guys. I need all the egg yolks. I feel like if you missing just a drop, you need all 6. So I am greedy, like I always say, and to make sure I clean everything. I always say, my son says, "You didn't leave us anything to lick when I make cake." No, you're not gonna get nothing out of here. Okay, I'm gonna beat these up inside here. Let me just dispose of that. And I'm gonna stir this. And as you see, it's starting to get that yellow look. Just what I'm looking for. And I need to beat these up really, really good. Okay, so I have put this on a medium heat, and I'm gonna keep stirring. I'm gonna transfer, once I've beaten these eggs up really good, because I don't want to leave any hunks of eggs laying around, because this is gonna slowly start to thicken. And you're gonna stir. Now, here's the thing about it. If you're using a whisk, some people just like to use the whisk the whole time. Go ahead. I happen not to like to use the whisk because I think the whisk does not, me personally. Okay, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon inside here. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of banana flavoring, imitation banana. Okay, and I'm going to show you that so everybody can see. Banana imitation. You can get this at your local store or at any store. And I thought, oh great, you know, I could find banana and I can make banana. So you can do any one that you like. You could do vanilla. You could probably do any flavor you like, any kind of flavor. If you want to do almond, you can do whatever and make your own little dishes. You know, maybe I'll do something with an almond and do some type of pudding with that and fix it up and put some cookies or something, or do something different with that. Ooh, I've got a really good thing that I can make that with, and I'm thinking about it as I'm making it. I just dream about cooking different stuff all the time. I don't know why, but I do. But this is, so we're gonna keep stirring this. I'm gonna switch mine over to a wooden spoon, but you can keep using this whisk. But make sure when you stir this, you go all the way around the pot and make sure you get every little corner of the pot, because some places can stick where you don't even stir it. So you want to make sure you stir all over this pot, and it's going to get thicker and thicker and thicker. Okay, another thing, I switched over here with the wooden spoon, like I told you all guys. I'm still stirring, but another thing, sometimes that having it on medium heat, it depends on what type of stove you have. If you have an electric stove, or if you even have a gas burning stove. A gas burning stove cooks a little bit faster than an electric stove. So you don't want to put that on a medium. You might want to turn that down to a real low burning flame when you're cooking this, and let it come up to a boil. And as it's coming up to a boil, it's going to get thicker and thicker. That's because the flour is going to make it. But you want to keep stirring it all times, because if you don't, and if you leave this 1 second away from not stirring this, you're going to get lumps. And you don't want lumps inside your pudding. Nobody wants a lumpy pudding. So you want to stir it. And if you feel like, you know, it's sticking too fast for you and you're not stirring fast enough, that's fine. You can just turn that down, turn that eye down a little bit lower, and, you know, catch up like that, and it won't cook as fast. But you can actually feel it as you stir it at the bottom. It just feels like it's sticking. So what you want to do is you probably want to take that off the eye right quick. Keep stirring it constantly. Even when you do take it off the eye and it's thick, you want to keep stirring it on a no eye at all for at least about 15 minutes. Make sure it's going to be still hot, but make sure that bottom is not that hot, because even though you turn it off and stick it to the side, it could still burn and still stick. Okay, I've been stirring this for a while, and it's starting to get thick, and you can tell by the way it's on your spoon. And the coating of it is then gotten really, really thick, and this is how it looks. Now, inside of here, also, when it gets a little thick, I want to add a cap. I know you have a cap of vanilla extract or vanilla flavoring. I'd rather for you to use vanilla extract or natural vanilla. Add one of the caps, you know, that, you know, the top that comes with it. Pour some in there, fill that up, and pour it in there. That'd be great. Maybe 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, because you don't really need a lot. And you want to use a whole teaspoon of the banana flavoring. It's imitation, because I don't think they make you know, extract with banana. If it does, I will look for it and I will tell you all about it. Okay, now this thing got really thick, so I am going to take this off the eye, and usually I'm gonna put this on a little tremor, and I'm gonna keep stirring, because even though it's gotten thick, where it coats your spoon like so, you want to keep stirring. Remember I told you all, y'all want to keep stirring until it kind of cools down, because it still could stick at the bottom. So you got to really watch it. But now this would be a great time for you to add that 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla in there and stir that up, because you already have your banana flavor, but the vanilla would really set this off, so to make it very good. Okay, what I did is I switched this back to my whisk and beating this hot to make sure if I got any lumps, that I'm gonna try to break those up as fast as I can. Okay, once I do this a couple times, whisking it, then I'm just gonna go back to my Hardy spoon and keep stirring. As it cools, it gets thicker and thicker, but you know, I want to whisk that up, and there is my banana pudding. And I did add that 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract or natural. Do not use imitation. You can if you have it. It's just not going to be as good. If you feel like that you like it really banana, then use another half teaspoon or another 1/4 teaspoon of banana if you want it really, really banana. But you're going to have banana that slices in there, so you don't have to do that. Just follow the recipe, and it's going to be on the bottom of your screen. Okay, this is how thick it is. I'm preparing for the rest of the toppings, and I wanted to show y'all how thick this is. It's going to get thicker than that. Okay, let's finish up. Okay, in this here, this is the imitation banana flavoring. I wish I could have found extract, but I'm going to use 1/4 teaspoon of banana flavoring, and then I'm going to use the same amount for the vanilla. Okay, and you'll have that at the bottom of your screen. Then I'm adding 1/3 cup of sugar. Then I'm going to add those beautiful egg yolks. Okay, then I am going to beat this on a low speed until I can get all this mixed up. And once I get this mixed up pretty good, then we're going to start going into a fast speed. Okay, I use Pam spray, the bottom of my pan. I'm using a glass pan. I like glass pans better. They cook better to me. A dark metal pan always tends to dry out your dishes and burn. To me, I just prefer a pan. So you want to spray your pan with any nonstick, and it doesn't have to be Pam. It could be anything. You want to spray that. And then let's get started. Okay, we're going to be using, I say 3 bananas. I'm going to peel these, get these ready. Put these on my cooking board. And then, okay. Make sure you get ripe bananas. Sometimes the bananas today are coming looking like they're ripe, but when you open them up, they're not ripe. I mean, they're yellow and they look like they're ready to go and eat, but when you open them up, they're still hard. And I'm like, what is going on with the bananas today? I don't know, they're really weird. And you got to actually wait until your banana kind of looks a little brown before it can be sweet and ripe. And this is the Chiquita, but I don't understand why it's been doing that. And it has been doing that because I used bananas the other day for another dish and it was like that. So we actually had to wait until I got the banana had to actually turn a little brown on the outside of the peel when it used to be a big bright yellow and it was ready to go. But today you have to almost have them a little brown and then start using them before they're ripe. Really weird. So anyway, I'm going to cut off the ends of each banana. I don't know why I do that, but I do because I just don't like the ends. I mean, I'm just really weird. I do that with my fries too. I only eat, you know, the fry, and then when I get to the end, I just score that. That's just really weird. I know I got some other people out there. So I got 3 great looking bananas. We're going to dice up. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay, I'm washing my hands, and I'm sorry, I've got OCD, guys, and no telling. When every time I touch anything, I gotta constantly wash my hands. That's why sometimes they look all dry and cracked, because I constantly wash my hands. I've been like this ever since I was little. So just to let you all know, I love water. Without water and bleach in my house and soap, I would die. Okay, I'm gonna cut these in nice size pieces. I guess it'll be about this thick, I guess. About, I don't know, you know, cut it the way you want to cut it. You know what you like. If you don't like bananas, my husband's not a, ooh, I'm cutting all the bananas at one time. If you don't like bananas, you don't have to use bananas. You can still use this recipe and just use the cookies. And that's good too. Okay, so far, this is my last banana. I've cut in two already. I'm gonna cut these up, the rest of them up. And then we're gonna start getting our stuff together. Now, the cookies that we're gonna use are, there, look at how beautiful those are. That is just such a shame that, let me go wash my hands. You can still be on here while I wash my hands. All right, I'm just gonna, I just don't understand why those bananas get so brown. But hey guys, the cookies that I want to talk to you about, everybody gets different cookies. Some people get, you know, different cookies. I like to actually use vanilla wafers. I haven't found a great cookie that tastes close to the vanilla wafers. I mean, this is the best. I know they're so expensive to get, but if you can find a good vanilla cookie to use, you know, get it. But vanilla wafers is my favorite. It's the best. So let me show you what I need to do. So at the, remember we sprayed that pan. See, we sprayed the pan. So what I'm gonna do, here is my pudding. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is put it in the pan. All right, so I'm gonna put some of this banana pudding inside this pan. Ooh, I really sprayed that pan, didn't I? Don't want it to stick. That's okay. It's all gonna be good. Okay, I put the banana pudding at the bottom with the non-stick spray. Then I'm gonna add the bananas, some of the bananas on here. Whoa, come on, Ann, why am I doing this? All right, I'm gonna lay it at the bottom here so we can have a little bit of banana flavoring on top. To get all down in here and cooking this pudding. By the way, the pudding that I'm making is a baked banana pudding, an old-fashioned of my uncle used to make all the banana pudding for all the holidays. And he thought he was just so bad, you know, we always, and he cooked and everybody said, oh, so-and-so, he cooks so good, he does this. And I have been cooking for years, and he's like 10 years older than me. They thought he was just the bomb, you know. And I remember, I have been cooking ever since I've been 6, and my mother knew all about it. My mother knew everything. And my grandparents didn't even know that she let that 6-year-old girl cook dinner. And my first dinner, and I'm putting vanilla wafers right on top of the bananas here. That little girl was in there cooking. My first dinner and that I had made was roast beef. I actually took a frozen roast beef out of the refrigerator, and I used to watch my grandmother cook all the time. And my grandmother was old. She was born in 1800s, and this lady used to cook, and I used to just watch her, and I was just amazed by the things she did and the way she cooked, and I wanted to be just like her. And I started cooking at 6. I made a roast beef dinner, mashed potatoes, and the vegetable, I can't even remember what vegetable I made, but I know it was a canned vegetable. Still, I made it. And the next door neighbor didn't even know we were home because my mother had to work, and she didn't have a babysitter. We came home from school. We knew how it was me and my older brother and my younger brother. My older brother was 3 years older than me, and so I was 6. He was like 8 or 9. He would tell us, if somebody knocks on the door, you be quiet, because if somebody knows that we are in here, we're going to get in trouble. So we didn't want Mama to get in trouble, and she would tell us that. And the next door neighbor happened to smell this great food out in the back. And she said, who's in there cooking? And she knew somebody was in there, but she knew my mother's car wasn't there. So she's beating on the door, and she's calling everybody's name, my brother's name, my little brother's name. We didn't come to the door because we knew if we opened up that door, we were in trouble. So she called my grandmother and told my grandmother that somebody was in the house and that she smelled food, but she knew Connie was there. And they called my mother, and my mother was like, oh my God. And they all ran to the house, and my grandfather was there, and I never forget that day. They walked in the house, and I had just took out the roast beef and did the mashed potatoes and stuff. And when my grandfather looked in there, and he had actually seen that I was cooking and it smelled good, you could smell it coming out of the house. Of course, I got a whooping in front of them. I never forget that day. My mom was mad. But then she apologized to me and told me, you know, my daddy was here and I had to do it. But then she sat down, I never forget, and she actually ate dinner. She actually ate dinner, and it was so good. She turned around to me when they left, and she said, as after they left, she ate dinner. She turned around to me and she said, oh, I forgot to put on the pudding. And she said, hey, she said, you think you can cook? You think you can cook this? And I was like, yeah, I can cook this. I can cook that. And she was like, oh, okay. And she would just lay out the dinner for me to cook. Every day, she would lay out dinner for me to cook. And it was just, I've been cooking ever since I've been 6 years old. I was making homemade cakes and everything at the age of 6 and 8. Wow. So let's finish this pudding up. You want to put on the bananas again, and you want to put on the cookies, and you just want to keep learning just like I did. Pudding, cookies, bananas. Okay, this is my last pudding that I put over the cookies. Oh, let me see. I gotta measure this out. I had to empty out the pan, put over these cookies. Yeah. I want to make sure I cover it, because this is going to go into the oven. Sorry, I don't want to. I need every drop. I always say I need every little drop. Okay? My grandfather used to do that all the time, make sure everything's even. And now, here is this fluff that I made. Y'all remember that? I'm just going to use this because it's fluff I'm going to use, but remember that fluff that I made? Yeah, there it is. It's still got all those spices and everything I put in there, you know, the vanilla and all that. I'm just going to take this and smooth it on top. And you think this is going to be like a meringue, but it's not, guys. It is, the way I got this going, this is going to be like you're using, let me see, what I want to say. It's like marshmallows, but it is not. It is my own. And guess what, guys? It's just not plain. This has got flavor. I'm a flavor girl. And I don't want to put a lot on there because I'm going all the way around here, coming backwards, and I just want to smooth this like this. Yeah, and I want to get every crack because it turns into, I swear. And see, I made all that meringue I didn't need. So that'll probably hit the garbage can. I got about 4 cookies here left. I am going to smash these cookies to crumbs. Okay, this is the finished product. Look at the side of it in the glass. And this is going to go into a 350-degree oven for about 5 to 10 minutes until it just starts to bubble a little bit. I'm going to turn it on put it on broil, a low broil, and I want this to melt the top of this. So I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, this is crumbs, real crumbs. And on these crumbs, look at here. I'm just gonna sprinkle these crumbs. Come on in. Oh, share the crumbs, share the crumbs, share the crumbs. I'm talking to myself. It's actually not trying to sprinkle like I wanted to sprinkle. I wanted to sprinkle like a little. Come on, here, come on. Okay. Well, you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna take it. Oh, no. Well, y'all get the point. Okay? Yeah. Okay, this came straight out of the oven. Banana pudding, baked, made from scratch. That is my marshmallow topping with the cookie crumbs left over that I had done. And what we do is we're going to cool this down. Like I said, this goes into a 355 degrees oven for about 15 minutes. And then after the 15 minutes is up, you turn it on a low broil. And you want to kind of melt the topping that I have. And that'll be it. You let it cool. Once it cools enough to go into a refrigerator, you put a top on it, put it in a refrigerator, and let it chill. Serve and eat. Hey guys, I want to thank you all for joining us for another show. And I want you all to come back again so we can make another dish and have fun and talk about good times. I want you all to subscribe to my channel. And I hope that you all will enjoy what I made. And I hope you love it so much you'll come back for another show. Hey guys, take it easy and bye-bye.